Oh my god.
Yo, my boy, you know you're recording, right? Alright, so boom, we in the video now. Here we have Transformers The Last Night Hotrod scaling in at about 8.5 inches tall. Oh, D, my man said we in the video now. No introduction, no greeting, nothing.
Bruh.
Yeah, sometimes that's the flow. We just in there. Okay, so my boy Hotrod here is clocking in at about a 6-hour build time only because... You know what? Now I'm gonna put an intro in there. Because you talking about why there's no intro. Now I'm gonna put an intro.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah, boy.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Say here. Let's get right into it. Okay, so my boy Hotrod here is clocking in at about a 6-hour build time only because this is just a modified version of my last build, which was Transformers Age of Extinction Lockdown. Ooh. Now, sometimes people wonder how I'm able to upload videos so fast, and the reason behind that is 9 times out of 10 I don't build my builds from scratch.
Huh?
So if I build a car transformer, due to the fact that most of them transform in almost the exact same way, instead of breaking this whole thing down, I'll just convert it and change small little details so that it looks like another car transformer. So my Transformers 2007 movie Ironhide build took me about 40 hours to build at first, right? But then I converted it into Transformers Rise of the Beast Battle Trap in about 6 to 8 hours using the same frame because they transform into similar vehicles. Oh. So because Lockdown and Hotrod both transform into Lamborghinis, I was able to quickly modify Lockdown to get Hotrod. Work smarter, not harder, folks. Now, that being said, best believe we got a whole bunch of car transformers coming up next. We got DOTM Sideswipe on the list, the DOTM Wreckers, at least the green one and the blue one, and I might have to drop in a TLK Barricade at the end of all that. Now, just on a quick side note, if you are interested in having me build or review your favorite LEGO Transformers or mechs on the channel here, consider becoming a Super Say. The membership link for that is in the description. Okay, back to Hotrod here. Now, for some of you guys that are new here, you may not know this is the version 3. Okay, 3 attempts to get this guy right. 3. Okay, so the next question is, Say, what was wrong with the version 1 and 2? Okay, so you see, this is where the 20 plus years of build experience comes in. Because I used to build LEGO Transformers and the proportions would be off, and I just didn't have like the design experience to be able to detect it at that time until months later. So I would build some of these things and then come back a few months later and be like, holy crap, the chest is way too big. Or just look at the legs and be like, yo, these legs are way too short. But over time, I became more keen to detecting these errors and I was able to correct them within my future builds. So we definitely had some small proportion-based issues going on design-wise with that version 1 Hotrod. Okay, so we got proportions, but the next thing was articulation. See, the thing is, for a long time, I didn't design my builds with articulation in mind, so they could only really hit one pose or stance, and they would just stay like that for the entire video. Then I realized the power of articulation and started implementing at least a tiny bit into all of my builds. Cause bro, I'm not even gonna hold you. Some of my builds be aight, but put my mans in a pose with a gun and a second-hand weapon? What happened here? So articulation is the second major component that I added to the version 3 right here, because the version 2 had virtually none. And what's crazy is the builds don't even need much. Like, if you could just get the arms to raise, bend at the elbows, if you could get this guy to hold some weapons while his head is turned, you really don't have to worry about the legs. But of course, the more articulation you get in there, the better. But it's really not much articulation that you need within these designs in order to get them to look significantly better. Now, I also made some slight improvements to Hotrod's vehicle mode right here, with the main one being the addition of these translucent green headlights. And at first, I was trying to make them clear, but I actually don't have this piece in just translucent clear with no color. But man, this thing looks so much better with the translucent green on it anyway. So I'm glad I didn't have the clear version to even experiment or misuse that piece in this situation. And on top of that update, I also updated the proportions within this vehicle mode as well, because the version 1's vehicle mode didn't look like a Lamborghini at all. The version 2 Hot Rod looked kind of like a Lamborghini, but it had this weird hump on the front portion of its vehicle mode, and it elongated the front portion of it, which isn't 100% accurate to the Lamborghini model. But with the version 3 here, I was able to shorten that snout and get it to look a lot more like an actual Lamborghini. Now, granted, it's not perfect, and if this guy didn't have to transform into a whole robot, I would be able to get it to look a lot more like a Lamborghini in general. But honestly, I'm not sure if it's possible to get this guy to be this flat in his vehicle mode, but then at the same time, in Lego form, transform into a full robot successfully. I'm not sure if that's possible. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing another one of my Transformers The Last Night builds, I'll leave the link to my TLK Bumblebee at the end of this video.
Wow.